In just 9 minutes, get 10 powerful takeaways from the 2-hour conversation between money experts Raoul Pal, Jaspreet Singh, and Humphrey Yang with Stephen Bartlett on the Diary of a CEO. They reveal money traps that make you poor, the truth about debt and bankruptcy, and how crypto and AI are reshaping the future. Stay till the end. You won't want to miss this. Takeaway 1. Why saving money makes you poorer. Raoul Pal explained that simply keeping money in a bank account makes you poorer over time. This happens because inflation eats away at the value of money. So even if the number in your account looks the same, what you can buy with it gets smaller every year. He said, being a saver is the biggest money mistake because you are becoming poorer every single day. The solution is to put your money into assets that grow faster than inflation, such as stocks, real estate, or even certain forms of crypto. For example, if someone saved $10,000 in a bank account for 10 years, while inflation averaged 3%, that money would only buy about $7,500 worth of goods at the end of that period. On the other hand, if that same person had invested it into an index fund like the S&P 500, history shows it could have grown to around $26,000. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. Why buying a house is not always smart. Jaspreet Singh challenged the idea that buying a home is always a smart financial decision. He explained that many people get into mortgages without realizing how much of their income will be locked away and how long it will take them to pay it off. He also pointed out that renting can sometimes make more financial sense if it allows you to invest more money elsewhere. He gave the example of people who put all their savings into a down payment for a house, but then struggle to pay off debts or miss investment opportunities that could have grown their wealth faster. For example, someone who spends $50,000 as a down payment on a house might see only slow growth in the property's value, while the same $50,000 invested in a technology index fund could grow much faster and create more options for the future. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3, the myth of passive income. Raoul Pal was blunt when he said, passive income does not exist in the way social media makes you believe. He explained that owning rental property is often sold as passive, but in reality it comes with constant costs, repairs, tenant problems, and management issues. Even if you hire a manager, your profits shrink and you still deal with stress. Humphrey Yang agreed that while investments can give you income without going to a job every day, there is always effort, risk, or capital needed up front. For example, running a rental property may sound simple, but if the boiler breaks down and costs $5,000 to fix, that can easily wipe out several months of rental income. The message is that building wealth takes real work, and no shortcut will save you from putting in either time, effort, or money. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4, how to invest $1,000. Humphrey Yang shared that if he had $1,000 to start with, he would invest it in himself before putting it into markets. He said he once paid $150 for an online AdWords course that helped him earn consulting income and later build a stronger career. Raoul Pal agreed that young people should see themselves as the best investment in the early stages of their lives. The idea is that improving your skills increases your ability to make more money later, which can then be invested. For example, learning how to use artificial intelligence tools today could open freelance or business opportunities, because many companies are still struggling to understand how to use them effectively. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5, active versus passive investing. Jaspreet Singh stressed that most people should be passive investors because data shows that 90% of active investors lose to the market over time once fees are included. He recommended putting money into broad index funds like the S&P 500 and letting it grow. Raoul Pal added that active investing can give bigger rewards, but only if someone puts in the time and research. Humphrey Yang pointed out that being too active can also lead to emotional decisions, like panic selling during a downturn. For example, in the year 2000, the NASDAQ Technology Index fell by over 70%, and many active traders sold at the bottom and lost money, while patient passive investors who held on eventually saw the index recover and then multiply in value over the next 15 years. We're halfway through the video. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. If you'd like to support us, please tap the thanks button below. It helps us keep making great content. Drop a comment and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6, the power of dollar cost averaging. Raoul Pal and Jaspreet Singh agreed that one of the best strategies for long-term wealth building is dollar cost averaging. This means putting in a set amount of money regularly, no matter what the market is doing. Raoul said that when crypto prices fell in 2022, he kept adding to his holdings. And because his average buying price became lower, he reached new portfolio highs before the market itself recovered. Humphrey Yang added that this approach also reduces emotional stress because it removes the need to time the market. For example, if someone invests $500 every month into an index fund, sometimes they will buy when prices are high and sometimes when they are low, but over many years their average cost balances out and usually leads to steady long-term gains. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7, managing debt and bankruptcy. The guests discussed real cases of people trapped in debt, such as a man with £40,000 in personal loans and credit cards. Humphrey Yang explained that high interest rates can trap people, and sometimes bankruptcy is the only way out. Jaspreet Singh noted that while bankruptcy has a stigma, research shows that people who file often recover faster than those who try to struggle for years. The key lesson is that ignoring debt only makes things worse, and facing it head-on with discipline is better. For example, if someone owes $50,000 on credit cards at 20% interest, the debt grows by $10,000 every year, which can quickly double what they owe if they only make minimum payments. In such cases, selling assets, cutting expenses to the bone, or even bankruptcy may be necessary to reset financially. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8, why pensions may disappear. Raoul Pal warned that younger generations should not count on pensions to support their retirement. He explained that most under 45 will not receive meaningful pensions because the system is under pressure from aging populations and unsustainable debt. Instead, people must take responsibility for building their own retirement plans. Jaspreet Singh added that traditional pension programs often leave workers exposed because they cannot keep up with the rising cost of living. For example, a worker who relies only on a pension that pays $2,000 per month may find that in 20 years, with rising prices, that money covers only half of their basic needs. Investing independently in stocks, real estate, or other growth assets gives people more control over their future security. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9, how crypto and AI are changing money. Raoul Pal argued strongly that crypto is the fastest growing technology adoption in history, even faster than the internet in its early years. He explained that while crypto is volatile, it has consistently outperformed all other assets in long-term returns. He also warned that after 2030, artificial intelligence and robotics could change the economic system completely, creating what he called an economic singularity, where traditional measures like GDP may no longer work. He said, the economic model breaks down because you can have 20% GDP growth driven by AI agents, and we do not even know how money will work in that world. For example, imagine AI systems hiring other AI systems to complete tasks, with payments made instantly through blockchain networks instead of traditional banks. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10, the role of discipline and mindset. Throughout the discussion, the guests emphasized that the foundation of wealth is discipline and habits rather than shortcuts. Jaspreet Singh said, wealthy people save and invest their money first. Everybody else spends their money and then tries to save what is left. Humphrey Yang encouraged people to track their expenses because most people underestimate what they spend each month. Raoul Pal added that social pressure often makes people chase lifestyles they cannot afford, which leads to stress and debt. For example, someone might buy an expensive car on credit just to look successful, but if the monthly payment eats half their income, they will be unable to invest for the future and may fall into a financial trap. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, hit the thanks button below. It really helps us keep going. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a like and share it in your WhatsApp groups. To join discussion about this video, drop a comment below. And for more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.